back for some semi-final action between Hey Girl, based out of Moncton, with a few Halifax pickups, and our local Chicks in the Yard team. Score now is 2-1 for Hey Girl. A couple of fiery shots, not very many mistakes on either side. Let's see how this one plays out. It's going to be an exciting game.
So we have Chicks in the Yard in white and Hey Girl in pink.
Gallagher finds Haley on the undercut. Haley looking downfield, finds Diorio. Diorio with a great grab, shoots to Brewer. Deschênes not quite able to get the D. Chicks in the Yard knocking on the end zone line to make it 2-2 here. And an easy push pass to Haley. Pass might not have came out quite as Brewer wanted it to, but it didn't need to, as Haley was wide open on the upline cut. We got Nat DeVoe picking up the disc, a longtime Moncton player. Lots of experience and athleticism with the disc in her hand. As she finds Brown under. Looking to see a lot of flashy and exciting play from Brown as she looks to make things happen, as she does with her inside flick break. Bettle with the disc, swings to Bannister. Unfortunate drop on Hey Girl's end as they're looking to stop Chicks in the Yard from going up 3-2 early in this game. Chorus with an easy backhand. Dyken with the point to make it 3-2, Chicks in the Yard. Bettle finds T-Camp. T-Camp with the disc. T-Camp under. Finds Roby. And Wedge with the run through D on Bettle. Chicks in the Yard really putting a lot of pressure on Hey Girl, forcing them to make tight throws early. Gallagher finds Diorio for the free reset. Diorio looking downfield, finds it back to Gallagher, up high, and just pops over Gallagher's head as she's not able to bring that one down.
Very surprising considering Mac's height. You'd think that she'd be able to tear anything out of the air, but sometimes it still reaches out of your fingertips.
She can't bring it in, knock it on the door to make this a tie game at 3, and she finds Brown of the Siobhan variety in the end zone.
I think when you end up with T-Camp right outside the end zone, it's going to be hard-pressed to stop that assist. She's got pretty much every throw in her arsenal, and it's hard to anticipate what she's going to do.
Yeah, especially in indoor and there's no wind, it's hard to guard against someone who can really put it anywhere on the field at any given time. Haley finds Wedge. Wedge wants course, but there's a lot of clogging in the middle of the field. She has to give it to Gordon. Gordon dishes to Course. Course looks downfield, finds Wedge on the under. Wedge looking in the end zone. Finds Haley with the open flick to make it 4-3, Chicks in the Yard.
I think one nice thing about this Chicks in the Yard team is that people who are traditionally handlers have really been making a lot of moves in the end zone, so you really can't count anyone out anywhere on the field.
T-Camp with the disc. Finds DeVoe under. DeVoe has Wendy up line. There's a call in the field.
Disc on the field, just in the backfield there.
Chicks in the Yard, disc on the field. Just brought back in. DeVoe wants to see around, but Dyken shuts it down. Finds Brown up line. Brown looking in the end zone. Big fake. I really thought she was going to put that one. And she dishes it back to DeVoe, and it's just slightly out of reach for DeVoe. Unfortunate turnover. Gallagher picking up the disc, knocking on the end zone line. Dyken with the quick cut. Able to make it 5-3 for Chicks in the Yard. Bro bringing it in. Shoots it long. Has Bettle. Brewer not able to quite find it. And another cheeky push pass. Gallagher bringing it in. Has Scott, better known as SJ or Stooge Face, as she shoots it long to Wedge, and a buttery flick throw past me to Aunt Jemima. That pancake was buttery. Deschênes with the disc and a high back end to Bettle. She's able to track that one down. Bettle has T-Camp in the middle of the field. Always exciting when T-Camp has the disc in her hands, and she finds Deschênes for the easy under.
It's hard to even film T-Camp because her fakes are so believable that I want to turn the camera every time she does that.
Big fake, but she fires on the second one and finds Emily Goodboe Bolio. Apologize for the pronunciation. Of course, to Gordon. unfortunate drop there. She has Brown wide open in the end zone, but she doesn't quite see her. Chicks in the yard with a little luck on their side there as DeVoe didn't find Siobhan Brown wide open in the end zone.
A little miscommunication there by Chicks in the yard, I think, that left Siobhan completely open.
Bannister with the disc. Ball on the field. Finds Nadine. Nadine with the disc. A little bit of contact in the backfield, but there's no call. Nadine with the hammer puts it up to Bannister, and a little miscommunication between teammates.
It's always hard when your own team plays D on you.
It looks like both players are okay as they're able to walk off unscathed after that physical interaction with the fan.
I'd say probably a pretty unusual thing to see from this Moncton team since they play together so often. They generally don't have miscues or miscommunications because they're just so used to playing with each other.
We see Steve Locke ejecting that fan after getting physical with the players. Wedge. Wedge finds SJ. SJ with the disc. Inside flick. Looks like there might have been a piece of that, but able to throw it anyway. And Uriel finds Gallagher in the end zone. Tight game here, 7-5 for Chicks in the Yard. Jessie Brown hits Roby and it bounces right off her hands. Brewer brews up an easy backhand, just out of the reach for Haley. Brown with that saucy flick hook. And another unfortunate drop.
What a great hook by Brown, though.
Both teams are playing stellar defense, making great cuts and throws. Just a couple unfortunate drops as Haley puts it up. And Dyken gets up to it, but maybe not hitting the gym quite as much as she wants to. If her vertical was just a few inches higher, I believe she would have came down with that one. DeVoe hits Brown with the round backhand. Brown finds Emily. Emily. Not liking what she's seeing from this for her cuts. T-Camp. Finds the row in the middle of the field. Dish back to T-Camp. Making things happen as Dyken gets the D. Closing that window as fast as it opened.
We have Wedge coming in with the disc at the corner, just a disc on the field, so quick pause and play. Looks like they're going to do a box. Let's see if they can execute. Looking like some limited options, really suffocating defense there by the Chicks in the yard, or by the Hey Girl. An unfortunate drop by Chicks in the yard. T-Camp's going to bring it in on the sideline.
T-Camp well known for poach defense, often quite effective. Wedge tried to make her pay there by putting it over the top. Brewer, but not quite.
Quick movement by Haygirl for another point. So the score is now 7-6 for Chicks in the Yard.
Wedge finds Gordon. Gordon hits Wedge. Wedge to Gallagher. Gallagher knocking on the door. Finds Wedge across the field. And a beautiful layout grab as Wedge saves the possession. Throws the hammer. But Haley not able to quite come down with it. But nothing to take away from that incredible layout grab by Wedge.
It's always nice when a player does that right in front of the camera for us.
I want to say I was surprised to see that happen on the court, but I would have to be surprised if it's anyone else but Wedge, as she's known for laying her body on the line, regardless of the surface.
Speaking of people who lay their body on the line, Jessie Brown, who just had the disc, unfortunately threw it away, but if you want to watch some amazing plays, that's who to watch as well. Both teams showing that they really want this one. Fighting for that spot in the championship. They'll be facing RC in the championship. That was just determined in the previous semifinal.
Forrest trapped in the line, pops it up. Dyken able to reel that one in. She now has this in the backfield. Dishes to Brewer. Diorio with the cut in the end zone. Course cuts up line, throws space by Brewer. Course with the disc. Gallagher double teamed by Hey Girl. Course with no mark. A lethal thrower with no mark. And finds Brewer. Threads the needle between two defenders as she's able to come down with that one. Make it 8-6 Chicks in the Yard.
about 15 minutes in.
Throw to Brown. Brown. Making things happen with the throws as she throws that big around foot to Bannister.
Nice look, making it 8-7 for Chicks in the Yard. I think both these teams are very used to playing with each other, so the communication and the flow is always going to be really good for these teams. Just fun to watch.
Speaking of which, Wedge sauces up a filthy flick up to Gordon.
That was a full field sprint, and Wedge had really good heads up to know that Katie was going there.
Wasted no time scoring one pass. As Emily fires back the other way, Wedge tracking it down, but T-Camp goes up and she reels it in over Wedge.
Welcome everybody to Hucktown.
1-2 punch. And that one, the first non-Huck pass in a while, is and a hammer from Chorus to Haley, and it's connected to make it 10-8 for Chicks in the Yard. That in to Bettle, and she leaves her body on the line, but it's not quite enough to reel that one in. Chorus knocking on the door. Pops it up to Gallagher. Gallagher snags that one. And Bettle jumps the lane and gets the D. Goes for the throw and go, but opts for a non-travel play. Nadine. Dump to T-Camp. T-Camp. Finds Bettle, unmarked. Bettle looking downfield, finds Roby. Roby. Under to DeVoe. DeVoe. Big fake. Dishes to Deschen. Deschen. Under to Bettle. Nice patient offense here from Hagerl. She sauces up the around back end, finds DeVoe in the end zone, makes it 10-9. We're seeing a combination, some sharp offense and some beautiful hucks as Wedge finds Gordon once again for one pass. Over to Shen.
Chicks in the Yard are making very quick time with all their points. It would be good to notice that they're making decisions quick and they're making the right ones.
And Brown sends it right back. And Wedge gets the D over Bannister.
Nice floaty pass like that. It's pretty likely that Molly Wedge is going to be underneath it.
Yeah, Wedge able to get a read on that one pretty quickly. Oftentimes that gets over the defender's head and they have to track it down. They lose that precious time that it takes to get the D, to get in position. Haley on the line. Brown setting a big aggressive mark here. Haley finds Chorus under. Chorus with this, puts up the hammer. Brewer, oh, not able to quite track that one down.
I think Jenny needs just a little bit of calibration this morning, and then she'll be dead on.
T-Camp. T-Camp with a saucy inside break. Finds Bannister. Oh, an incredible layout grab by Siobhan Brown in the end zone. Saved the possession and scores the point.
So I guess Jessie Brown's not the only Brown sister who's willing to put her body on the line to make it work.
Oh my God.
Excellent play. It's now 11-10 for Chicks in the Yard.
Haley finds Dyken. Dyken takes a shot. And Gallagher reels it in. Was she in? Looks like not. Knocking on the door. No shortage of exciting play here in the semifinal action between Hagerl and Chicks in the Yard. Gallagher, patient flick to Dyken. Looks like there's a call on the play. Let's see how it resolves.
Based on what I saw yesterday and what I'm seeing so far this morning, I would say that Mackenzie is having one of her best weekends of play. She's really being aggressive. She's getting to those discs and she's making a lot of moves in the end zone, which maybe is a little bit more unusual as she's typically a handler.
Katie makes a cut, comes out, Dyken finds Gordon. Gordon dumps to Gordon. Scott, the saucy backhand finds Dyken in the end zone. Both teams showing a combination of patience with the disc, but also a willingness to move it quickly to the first open pass. As Bettle finds the Shen. Shen looking down. Has Roby back. Bettle finds T-Camp. T-Camp throws it to Shen. And that's that quick movement that I was just talking about. Willing to pass it to the first open player. No selfish play here from either sides. Wedge puts up a throw to space. The blue pole with the D. 30 minutes to play here, remaining in this semifinal game between Chicks in the Yard and Hey Girl. Jesse Brown with the disc. Downfield, and I did with an aggressive undercut. Stall count must have been getting high as Brown puts that one deep, but doesn't quite have a cutter going for it.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a Hail Mary, and it's always hard to get someone to catch it when they're not there.
One of the most challenging aspects of Frisbee, throwing without a receiver. Active mark by Borg, forcing Katie to make a tight throw. Gallagher, back to Gordon. Gordon looking downfield, fakes the flick, opts for the backhand swing to Haley. Haley puts it up to space as Gordon tracks that one down for the point. Gordon, another one of these handlers for Chicks in the Yard that's finding herself in the end zone quite a bit more often than she usually would.
She's got the speed to back it up too. Every time that she's gone up against the defender, she really roasts them.
Siobhan Brown finds the Shen in the backfield. The Shen puts it up. Scott able to track it down for the D as she dishes to Gallagher. Looking to get this offense moving quickly. Gallagher finds Brewer under. T-Camp on her tail. Brewer puts it to space to Chorus and finds the corner of the end zone.
I don't know if it was in. Bit of a discussion happening. In a couple of years when we do this, hopefully we'll have multiple cameras so we can get a really good angle on that.
I believe it was called a point. Scores 13-11. Brown finds T-Camp. T-Camp finds Jay Brown. Jay Brown swings to T-Camp and goes to the disc on the field. Jay Brown wanted that throw and go. She dished it immediately to T-Camp and took off for the end zone as fast as she could. Comes under. Unfortunate drop. Uncharacteristic of Jesse Brown. Dyken finds Gordon under. Gordon lethal with the disc as she grooves with the around backhand. And an incredible layout grab, but not quite able enough, and not quite enough to get there as Haley comes in with that one.
It's the biggest lead of the game right now. It's 14-11 for Chicks in the Yard.
And Gordon with the D.
We have 27 minutes left, so just a couple minutes until half. Let's see if Chicks in the Yard can execute another point here and make the biggest lead of the game.
Gallagher calling for something, has Chorus in the backfield, and the open hammer to Diorio.
It's now 15-11.
Brown, spicy inside flick break. Emily finds DeVoe. DeVoe so reliable with the disc, finds the Shen under, finds Bannister, the give and go to DeVoe, knocking on the door. This quick movement by Hey Girl. They're having a lot of success when they move the disc quickly. Just the Shen with the inside flick, just a little out of reach of Tracy Bannister. Hey Girl calling for the no under, forcing Chicks in the Yard to put it deep. As Wedge threatens the deep space, Gallagher opts for the safe play. T-Camp drops off to the poach. Gordon to Dyken, but a travel call on him by initial throw. This going back all the way back to Gallagher.
So that point did not count. It's still 15-11.
Coming in solid 6. Gallagher finds Dyken, sneaks it past T-Camp. Dyken to Gordon, Gordon to Wedge for the point. Chicks in the Yard matching that quick movement by Hey Girl. Both teams proving that they can put it deep, but also work it up the field with quick, open passes. believe the score should be 16-11 at this point.
Yes, I was just thinking that actually. Chicks in the yard not super active at getting their points, but luckily they're putting a lot of points on the board.
Brown with a spicy round flick. Brown has Bork free. Brown to Bork. Bork back to Brown. A little bit of poachy D look. Not sure if this is by design. Brown finds Bettel. Bettel with the travel. It seems like she's it's unclear where the sideline is.
But it's not unclear that you can't run with the disc in your hand once you've stopped.
One of the critical rules in ultimate frisbee.
Always a tricky one to remember, especially for Masters players.
Brown dishes to Bettel, cuts up line. The around flick from Bettel, puts it in a place where only her receiver can get it. That makes it 15-12. That should bring us here to half.
Jenny, you didn't put your points up. You're supposed to be 16. You should be 16.
That brings us to the end of the first half. Score 16-12, Chicks in the Yard over Hey Girl in this semifinal game.
So, Cranges, what do you think that the teams are talking about in the huddle right now?
I think they're having a lot of success with their quick movement, also willing to put it deep. You heard Hey Girl calling a lot to take away the unders, forcing them to throw it deep. And Chicks in the Yard really proving that they can do that, and they're putting up these passes and scoring in 1 or 2 passes. So I'm not sure if they're going to be calling to continue that strategy, or if they're going to force them to keep putting it deep or challenging them with the unders. But both teams having a lot of success. Maybe looking to switch the force up so they can stop those around flicks or those hammers to the break side. But really, you got to give up one of the two of those. But we'll see. It's whichever team comes out firing more, I think is going to come out on top. But Hey Girl has a little bit of ground to make up. 16-12 here with 23 minutes to play. It's going to be an exciting game.
So as we said, the team that wins this is going to face RC in the final in just a couple hours. So it's going to be a tough battle then as well.
So I wasn't able to be here for that RC versus Newfoundland semifinal. Why don't you tell the fans a little bit about how that game went down?
So it was an interesting game to watch. It was went point for point all through the first half. So it was really intense. It was very physical, but in a very spirited way. In the second half, though, RC made some adjustments. They really started to watch the matchups that they knew they could punish, and they really put it to Newfoundland, and it ended up being, I think it was about a 13 or 14 point spread by the end of it. At the very last few minutes, Newfoundland tried to do a zone look that they had never tried before, and it actually was very effective in making RC's points take a very long time, but RC was extremely patient. They never turned it over, and so all that did was really run out the clock and allow them to secure the victory. It was really a great game. Like I said, it was very spirited. There was a lot of physicality, but it was both teams. It was very much a give and take, and it was really fun to watch. But unfortunately, Newfoundland won't make the finals this year.
Yeah, that's got to be the first time in 4 or 5 years. Newfoundland perennial finalists here, and oftentimes coming home with that trophy at this Chicken Run tournament.
I'm always interested to see Newfoundland play because I'm obviously a Newfoundlander myself, and someday I'm probably going to end up playing with Tempest. So it's always nice to see who my potential future teammates will be. So we're starting the second half here. There's 21 and a half minutes left, and that was Hey Girl throwing to Chicks in the Yard. Molly picking it up.
Wedge. Big fake, doesn't like quite what she sees. Finds Brewer. Brewer in the middle of the field with the disc. Has Dyken under. Dyken puts up a saucy throw as Wedge elevates for the point.
Laurel's done a really good job this weekend of putting up throws that she maybe normally wouldn't. They've been all real nice, really great puts. So many assists. It's really nice to see.
Now we're seeing 2 really dynamic teams. There hasn't been any real clear handlers or cutters. Everyone willing to cut aggressively to the end zone and put up those saucy throws. As Bettel puts up a hammer to Bannister, not able to quite reel that one in.
She liked it though, and I like that look too.
Bettel flexing the muscles as she matches up on D. Maybe lay off a little off the bicep curls. Of course, to Diorio. Diorio swings to Gordon. Going with the disc. Hits Chorus. Chorus to Diorio. Diorio puts it up over the head of DeVoe in a space where only her receiver has a chance to make a play as Haley reels that one in. Makes the score 18-12 for Chicks in the Yard. DeVoe finds Brown, and Brown wastes no time in striking back. Hits Roby in the end zone, makes it 18-13.
So many nice looks by both teams. Let's see if Hey Girl can fill the gap in the next 19 minutes.
You know, Kelsey, you asked me what the teams would be talking about in the huddle. Taking away the under, they're taking away the deep. Both teams proving they're willing to do it both.
Unfortunately, she was out, but that was a really nice run. It's hard sometimes to calibrate to the small court inside. It's very easy to overthrow people in this setting.
Siobhan Brown finds T-Camp upline. T-Camp with the hammer to Bannister.
Yeah, you could have taken that to the bank, that T-Camp was going to throw that hammer for sure.
Chorus finds Diorio. T-Camp posts in the lane. Diorio puts it to the post defender. Finds Chorus. Chorus knocking on the door. Finds Gordon.
A lot of traffic there, but Chorus trusted her receiver and she knew that Katie was going to get it. This comes down to the whole thing about how everyone's played together for a while and they really trust each other, have really good communication. You can really put those riskier throws knowing that they're going to do it.
T-Camp puts it right back.
Speaking of which,
a perfect puck. Finds Nadine, and Nadine finds S. Brown in the end zone as Hey Girl comes knocking back to make it 19-15. Chorus finds Gallagher. Chorus has a lot of semifinal experience in these games.
Wow. It's a nice hand block, but I think there was a foul called, so the disc is going to go back to Mac over on the other side. Mac slapping her hands as she's scolding her defender, but I think she was actually just explaining what happened.
Emily's got that wig span that makes it tough to get those around breaks off. Haley with the disc. Has Brewer free in the backfield. Brewer puts it up. Gallagher elevates, but not able to quite bring it down as Emily plays that huge shutdown D, forcing Gallagher to get up for that disc.
I think I might have been watching that one with my head and not with the camera, so sorry about that, everybody.
For our viewers at home, Gallagher jumped as high as I've ever seen her jump before, but Emily had a huge layout D to stop Gallagher from being able to come down with that as Brown puts it up to Deschênes. Wedge blindly takes a swat at it, and I mean, you gotta be good to be lucky. Not sure she knew where the disc was, but saw it in Deschênes' eyes as she went up for it.
Sometimes flailing is what you need. Got SJ under, she passes it to Jenny. Jenny passes it right to Jessie Brown.
Beautiful throw, but Jessie Brown is not on her team. Brown dishes and takes off.
Hey Girl is extremely good at throwing and going. Just as they make the throw, they always immediately run for the give-go.
And that pays off there as T-Camp finds DeVoe in the end zone. Closes the lead to 19-16. 16 and a half remaining. As we know, there's tons of time in this indoor continuous format. Second, once Haley, but Siobhan jumps the lane, gets the two-handed D.
I think that throw came off just a little bit late. I can saw her hesitated, then decided to throw, and at that point it was too much time for Siobhan to get in there and get the D.
And Siobhan Brown's one of those players that will make you pay if you just have that little bit of hesitation.
Let's see what T-Camp's going to throw here. I can honestly say I can never predict it. She has every throw.
Off the high around backhand to Bannister. Bannister finds Quirk. Quirk hits T-Camp in the backfield. T-Camp looking to the end zone, points, calls for the hammer. Opts for the free reset. Quirk finds Bannister. Bannister back to T-Camp. Hey Girl showing a willingness to put it to T-Camp, and that she proves why she deserves the disc in her hands as she puts the hammer to Emily in the end zone, closing the gap even more to 19-17.
I think that when T-Camp has the disc, that Chicks in the Yard need to be much more aware of that corner over there because she's just making her moves and really getting whatever she wants. It was a really nice run by Jenny. A little bit short put there by Molly, so it was hard for her to run onto. It was very low, very sharp, but it was a nice try. They were really trying to spread the field quick.
The Shed puts it up. And Brown putting her body in a place where only she has a chance to make a play. Wedge trying to go over the top, but of course striking right back. That's a matchup we'd love to see. Ooh.
Jessie hates recycling as she runs into the bins. Molly's going to take an injury. I think that was just a bit of a hard hit for her. Very intense physical play here. Really nice to see that both teams are working their butts off and they're being really intense, but they're still being very spirited.
I'm not sure from a strategic point. And a beautiful huge D by Gordon. Gets the disc right back.
I really wanted to catch that one to be part of the game, but no such luck, eh?
From a strategic standpoint, I'm not sure how effective it will be to put it up against Jessie Brown and against Molly Wedge as defenders. But from a spectator's perspective,
that's
keep
what we
putting
want.
it to them.
Absolutely. We want to see that matchup every day.
Dyken finds Gallagher in the middle of the field. Gallagher puts it up. Might have gotten a piece on it.
Definitely. That one changed trajectory just as it left her hand. So we have 13 minutes left. The score is 19-18 for Chicks in the Yard. It's a really nice tight game. Everyone's playing very intensely. It'll be very interesting to see what happens for the last quarter of this game. Wendy's asking for the line because, as I said, she can throw just about anything here, so she needs the space.
Big fake as Dyken playing some tight person defense. Opts to throw to Bannister on the under. Bannister finds the Shen. Shen puts up a hammer. Dyken closing the gap, but it's not quite enough as Siobhan reels that one in. And it's a tie game, everyone. 19-19, 13 minutes to play. I said time isn't a factor. And Haley puts it back up to Wedge. Just a little too far.
I think that one was hard for Molly to read. She was running at it and the disc was falling away from her in a weird way and far ahead of her. I think that had been a flick. I don't know if that was there, but if it had been a flick, it would have been a lot easier for her to read.
Wedge putting on the mark on T-Camp. T-Camp puts it over the top to Brown of the Jessie variety. Brown, Jessie puts the T-Camp. Haley signaling out of bounds. Wedge echoing the call. T-Camp looking for some help, support from her teammates as she was likely looking for the disc, not at her feet as most receivers do. Forrest bringing it in. T-Camp setting the mark. Forrest finds Brewer. Brewer.
A very off-balance catch by Brewer, but an excellent way to make space back there in the corner. She's guarding Jessie Brown now. Goes to Bettle. Ooh, an unfortunate drop by Bettle. It's very unusual. It's okay, Bettle. We still love you.
The camera was not rolling on that one. Don't worry. And Forrest calling for a timeout. Looking like there's a little bit of miscommunication between the players on Hager and what the force is. Now, Kelsey, what do you think they're talking about there in their timeouts?
I think that both teams are acting a little bit frantic. They're not really doing what they would normally do. There's been a lot of miscommunications lately, and so with 11 minutes left, I think they really need to calibrate and dial it in and focus. And it's only a one-point game, so it's really anybody's game at this point. So it'll be interesting to see how the rest unfolds and who can really use this timeout to their advantage and make the right adjustments for the last quarter of the game.
I think I have to agree. I think both teams are looking to slow down the tempo a little bit. Both teams are looking to force things that they might not otherwise have. Because it is a semifinal game, there is a lot of pressure.
All the millions of viewers at home is probably adding a level of pressure that people aren't used to as well. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of fans here, and so I think that they're a little mindful of it, trying to do things a little bit more flashy than maybe is the wise choice. All right, we're back in. So we have Jenny picking up the disc on the line.
Of course, Jenny, what are you going to throw?
I like the blade look, but you never know.
Bettle, plug your ears.
She's not getting it around. Just so you know.
Excellent. On
She
court
can
discussion.
try.
Love it.
1, in, 1, 2,
Looking out field.
3,
Traditional box left.
4, 1, up.
Pops it over top. Finds Gordon in the middle of the field.
Makes a liar out of Bettle because she does indeed get it around her.
Gordon finds Gallagher. Not DeVoe playing some tight defense, but Gallagher able to reel out one in. Gallagher finds Brewer. Brewer, what's she concocting? She puts it up. Finds Chorus in the end zone.
Love that look. Love when Vic is willing to make those throws. She has them, and so it's excellent that she's putting them up.
Got some comments from the fans that Victoria Brewer doesn't do enough with her last name. What are some more things that Brewer can do with her last name? Unfortunate drop. Not sure what happened there.
Still not sure what's happening, actually. I think Mac was about to pick it up, and now she's opting to take a sub while there's a break, and now Lauren's going to pick it up with Molly in the backfield with her. Molly comes deep, goes to Vic, and something else called. I'm not sure what.
Pick called, but determined that it would not have been a call on the disc. Wedge tracks that one down as it comes in over the top, and a spicy round flick, but maybe a little too much on that one.
Yeah, definitely a little bit out there at the end. A nice look by Molly, but just slightly out of reach.
Shen finds T-Camp in the middle of the field. T-Camp calling for her players to come under as everyone's a little deep. T-Camp puts it up. Haley looking to track down. Emily goes up and reels that one in, making it 21-20.
Perfect throw by T-Camp. Lauren really had no way to get a play on that because of where she put it.
Gordon, ground on the mark, putting a lot of pressure on, forcing Gordon to make a nice throw to break her mark. As Brewer puts that one up, we see a battle.
Wow, that was excellent pressure by Wendy. I think Molly was contemplating a call for a second. I think that maybe...
I think T-Camp might have called a foul on herself as she signaled her hand in the air. Looked
That's
like she
really
played
spirited
over.
play.
Very spirited play by T-Camp.
So it was a non-contested foul, I guess. Molly has it just outside the end zone. Katie's running. Vic and Laurel are her support.
Mine's Gordon.
Seems to be a lot of pink shirts out there. Really, they're playing some suffocating D right now.
Ooh. Wedge wants the quick backhand.
She knows that putting it in Jenny's hand is probably the safest bet when you're in this situation.
Wedge knocking on the door, has Chorus, and a quick fake for the quick around flick. Wedge to Chorus in the end zone, makes it 22-20. Chicks in the yard over New Girl. Hey girl.
Great show, but not what we're talking about.
Hey girl sporting Ryan Gosling. DeVoe with the disc. DeVoe proven to be so reliable in this game. Finds T-Camp in the middle of the field. And T-Camp puts it up right back to DeVoe. Chorus looking close to gap, but DeVoe has enough separation. She's able to reel that one in. Narrows the lead down to 22-21. Chorus puts it up. Gallagher running it down. Not quite able to get there. Gives the disc right back to Hey Girl as they have a chance to tie this one up. Oh. Shen pick up the disc. Gallagher on the mark. Nadine looking downfield. Hits Bettle on the under. Bettle sees the wrong ground for the point, and it's a tie game, everybody.
It's always really nice when instead of seeing the point, you get to see the side of Crandra's head. Great commentator, but not much of a window.
Haley has Wedge, the round break. Wedge. He's seen her eye. She wanted to put that one up, but opts for a safer play. The Shen playing some shutdown defense. Able to find Gordon at a high stall count. Gordon gets it back to Wedge. Might be a little bit of fatigue going in here as team's showing a little bit of an unfortunate drop. Oh. Go ahead and play a tight mark on Bettle. Finds Jesse Brown. Stall count getting up. It has to put something up.
Definitely a high stall count. Arguably a fast count as well, but it was really good pressure by Lauren. Wedge is going to pick up the disc on the other side of the field there. Vic in the backfield with her. As Shay cuts to give her some support.
Back to zero. It's Salt 8. A little bit of contact. It's a pick. Both teams getting the stall count high, proving that they want this. Just a little bit of a miscue. High game here. 4 minutes and 30 seconds to play. Anyone's game.
Song. 2, 3.
T-Camp finds Brown under. Brown wants back to T-Camp. Puts up the around flick.
A nice idea, but I think there was a little bit too much spice and too many people in that area for that throw. I think everyone's getting a little excited. It's 22-22 and there's only 4 minutes left, so both teams are playing with very high intensity.
Wedge proving that she can remain calm, cool, and collected in the late stages of this game. Corus puts up a hammer, an incredible layout bid. Not able to quite reel that one in. Wedge taking a deep breath.
I think both teams just need to take a big deep breath and realize that there's still 3.5 minutes left. That's lots of time. They don't need to change anything about their play. They're playing really well, and they just need to make the right choices.
Puts it up to Siobhan Brown. Oh, and the team-o!
Wow, that was a nice assist by Haygirl to Haygirl in the end zone. Really good heads up to keep on the disc.
And
Great job, Siobhan.
That gives Haygirl their first lead of the game. It's 23-22. Haygirl over Chicks in the yard. Finds Dyken. Dyken puts it up. Haley trying to get down with Bettle on her hip. And a huge D. No foul call. Haley bringing the disc back in for the other team. 3 minutes to play here. Deshen picks it up. Deshen finds Siobhan Brown and it digs up her hand. Haley bringing it in, Bettle with the mark. Haley finds Gordon in the middle of the field. Gordon. Stall count must be getting high. Looking for something. Finds Haley. Bettle right on her hip. And Haley shoots it to Scott.
Unfortunately, she was out. She really tried to toe the line there, but it seems like it was an uncontested out call there.
DeVoe finds Jay Brown. Jay Brown looking downfield. Hits Roby in the center. Roby. Roby finds Jay Brown under. Dishes to T-Camp. T-Camp says to play catch with her. Play catch with her. Looking to run this clock out of these 2 minutes to play. T-Camp with the disc on the side. 1:45 to play here. With the mark. Looks like Uriel might have just missed that disc.
Kind of looked like T-Camp had decided not to throw it, and then she saw that her receiver was still going, so she threw it anyways, and it was actually the right choice. Provided a lot of space.
Waste no time putting it to Brewer. Not in, but she's knocking on the door.
We're wide open there. Let's see what she can do.
Hits Dyken.
She was definitely in. I hope that they don't contest that.
Goes back to throw her.
Interesting. It's only 58 seconds left. Chicks in the air down by 2 right now. This confusion on the call is wasting time that they just don't have. Disc is in. She finds Molly. She's got to find someone now. She simply doesn't have time.
Wedge finds Brewer. Puts up a hammer, and Wedge comes down with it over T-Camp.
It's a 1-point game. There's 30 seconds left. They need to get the stop. Hey-Girl knows this, and so they're obviously going to wait and take as long as they can to pick up the disc and make their passes. It's 20 seconds.
20 seconds to play. Battle with the disc. 10 seconds to play. Finds that in. Again, finds Bannister.
She can really just hold the disc with 24 seconds left.
And that's the game, everyone. Hey-Girl comes out with this one, 24-23 over Chicks in the Yard in the semifinal game. And they will be playing RC in the finals.
I think the real difference maker was that we were tied at only 3.5 minutes left, and Hey-Girl seemed to find that next level to reach. Their defense was just suffocating. They gave Chicks in the Yard absolutely nothing, no unders, no deeps. The pressure was there the whole time, and it seemed like Chicks in the Yard really struggled to just get to that very last gear. They played really well. They made a lot of good decisions, a lot of good plays, but unfortunately Hey-Girl just did that extra push at the end that really put them over the top. It was a really good game.